Thanks for joining us for today's edition of Wellness Wednesday, brought to you by Vitality Integrated Programs, Vitality Unlimited, the VIPs, helping those heal in our community. Marianne McKown is our guest today, and Marianne has brought a guest to talk about wraparound services at the VIPs. Welcome, Marianne. It's wonderful to see you.
Hi. Thanks, Lori, and thanks for having us on.
As always, we look forward to our Wednesday chats.
Yeah. So basically, I brought Sarah Noteware with me today. She is our TCM supervisor, and TCM is a targeted case manager, and she's going to talk about what our wraparound services are and why they're important to people who come to Vitality for services. And basically, those wraparound services, they provide additional resources to the consumer, so a therapist and a counselor can focus on therapy and not their general life issues.
I love what I do. So like she said before, I'm Sarah Noteware. I have lived in Elko about 20 months now, so I'm a transplant. I moved here from Lubbock, Texas, and I have a background in social work as a case manager for about 13 years. So I was really grateful to bring this experience to Elko and be here. I'm excited to be in Elko. It's a great town. It really is something special here. It grows on you, so I really like it.
Well, I'm sure the people that engage in services with Vitality Integrated Programs, Sarah, you're among the first people that they meet. You do what's called an assessment, right?
I don't do an assessment. So as a targeted case manager, I set up the assessment.
Oh, you will get it. But you are among the first person that they meet?
Yes.
Oh,
so
cool.
when they walk in the door, they'll see my team, which consists of case managers and peer support. And what we do is we go through the intake packet with them. It can be quite lengthy sometimes because there's a lot there, right? We're working with not just your physical health, but your mental health, which are very important components. So just make sure all the paperwork's in order, that they understand all the services that we provide, and then we set them up for an assessment that has to be provided by someone who does that every day as an assessor. They have to have a master's degree or higher to be able to do that. So that's why I don't do it. That's why I'm not an assessor. But, we get them, and then they come back in after they've done those two things for the third time, and we talk with them again and say, hey, remember me? Well, your assessment has come back, and we're going to go ahead and let you know about all the wraparound services that have been recommended to you. Okay, and so the only time that they'd have to do them all is if they're court-ordered. If they're not, then they can obviously pick and choose, kind of a buffet style, but we definitely recommend all of them, of course, because we have so many great things to offer. So wraparound services means that it's a one-stop shop is what that means. So when you come, we have a whole bunch of different departments. For example, one is case management. With case management, we would help you with anything from any applications in the community you may need to fill out, especially during the pandemic. We've had to do a lot of rental assistance, housing applications with clients, unfortunately, because of what's been going on with the pandemic. And then we also offer what's called BST, which stands for Basic Skills Training. We like to, abbreviate it to help people kind of understand what it is. And that's where we, as case managers, model and role play how certain skills can work for you. For example, if you have anger management issues or you need coping skills for anxiety attacks or a panic attack or something like that, we very much can individualize these skills so that they work for you and they can help you become the best version of yourself. That's what's most important. And then we have something after that we also do called, it's a really long word, called psychosocial rehabilitation. We like to call it PSR, just to shorten it up because it's so long. It can sometimes sound a little bit intimidating, but it's really not. So once you've learned those skills, you've been taught and modeled those skills in BST, we teach you how to apply those to your everyday life. So when you're not with us, in our office and you're out in public and you are feeling a little bit more anxious or a little more angry than usual or feeling lower self-esteem, you're remembering those coping skills that you've learned face to face with us and you're now applying them. And so you get to come back the next week and be really excited and say, hey, Sarah, guess what? I used the skills in public and it was easier than I thought, or it worked really well. And so we get really excited for them too, because that's what we are as a cheerleader. We're just trying to offer all those referrals and resources, again, that you need to make you feel confident about yourself, because it's so easy not to be. And then that's what the case managers do. And then from there, we also have a therapy department where we offer individual therapy. We also have alcohol and drug counseling as well. We also have family therapy, couples therapy, all of those type of things that may be something that you and your family may need. So again, this is all in the same building, so you can have an appointment every day of the week if you need to. We can help you. And then we also also have a medical department as well. So we do take vitals every day that you come in for appointments just to make sure you're physically feeling all right, which a lot of people think is unusual, but we know it's really important because maybe you have higher blood pressure because you are feeling anxious or depressed about something and didn't realize it. And that's something that you can talk to our doctor about that we have there on staff who is a primary care doctor, or go back to your own doctor as well. But knowing that we have all of those services, we can also help with med management as well. If you've tried a med and it didn't work for you, that's something we can do too. So I love that it's all under one roof.
Marianne McKown is our guest today, and she is alongside Sarah Noteware talking about the many varied services known as wraparound services, which really sounds pretty comforting, Marianne, when you think about like this blanket in a time of need. The VIPs can literally blanket consumers with the services they need.
That is very true, and calling it a blanket of services is a great way to describe it because it's a welcoming place to come for consumers when they have questions about everyday life. And one of the things I wanted to point out is that we do have consumers that range in age from under the age of 10 to elderly. So everybody is welcome and can receive some services that'll help them out when they come to Vitality. And even if there are any sort of other issues in their life, we've had consumers who are homeless. We have consumers who have difficulty getting around. Maybe they need a wheelchair. Maybe we can help with those sort of things. Have clients who are deaf, and so we do have the ability to communicate with them.
Thank you, Marianne. And obviously an important part of Sarah's job as a targeted case manager is that she's going to point all these individuals in the right direction and help tailor the services to what their needs might be. Right, Sarah?
Yes, and what's really great about working for VIP is that we're also partnership with a lot of local agencies that are already here. So we're able to partner with FISH. We're able to partnership with CPS, juvenile justice, parole and probation. So it's great to be able to work all as a team in the community as well, because that's, again, something I love about Elko is that it feels like it's a big family, right? A big community.
Well, in fact, the VIPs love to say, we can do that. And often if it's a resource or a referral that you need, if it's someone that the consumer is, say, enrolled in drug court, for example, you can help with that.
Yeah, we can help with that. But also, it's some of those things that sometimes you're going to a therapist, you're going to a counselor, and then they tell you you need something in life. Well, where do I get that form? How do I figure out how to get child support? How do I figure out to get those basic things that you need in life? And that is what the case manager can help you with.
Wow. And if someone comes in and says, I don't have a driver's license, I don't know how to get my birth certificate, I don't know, right? And then you say, guess what? We know, we can help.
Yeah, it just happened to me this morning, actually, where I was able to just get online really quick and print off these forms. They felt confident filling them out on their own and not needing my help. And she was just like, thank you, Sarah, thank you. Because I saved her so much work with having to go to every single organization in the community and pick up that application. Again, they can get it in a one-stop shop. So I'm able to give her Social Security replacement card application, and she can then take it filled out and feel confident that it's correct and she doesn't have to redo it, right? Because that happens to us a lot. We'll go to the DMV, and if you make a couple mistakes, you got to redo it. So being able to have that just second pair of eyes, and again, like I said, being a cheerleader, that's what I'm here for, is like, I want you to be as successful as you can, and that just gives me so much joy when they're like, thank you, and I'm like, you're welcome. So it feels good.
So Sarah, there are special needs in our community as we've gone through this COVID crisis, and we're isolated geographically. There are a lot of issues that children, teenagers, adolescents, but children are experiencing. Can Vitality help with that?
Yes, that's what's a great, unique thing about us, is that I know that a lot of places can't help children or don't have the abilities to be able to do so. So we do help children on a daily basis with behavioral health issues, bullying, again, maybe some self-esteem. We also help a lot of teenagers with substance abuse issues if they're struggling with that. And we have curriculums that we use that are specifically for children and teens, because sometimes people try to adapt from like an adult curriculum and it doesn't really fit, right? Because kids and teenagers have different needs than adults do, and we're aware of that. And so what I love about a kid is I can kind of get down to the fun stuff, right? We can play a game, and then once we're playing that game, they can start to open up a little bit, because kids love to win, right? They want to be the winner every time. And so when they're on that winning streak, they start to open up a little, and they'll talk to you about when they're feeling angry or when they're feeling sad. And it could be maybe a parents divorce, or it could be that their dog died. I mean, that kind of stuff is very important. And so being able to know that they're in a safe place and that we're able to offer those services is very unique for the community, and I love that.
Oh, Sarah, well, we love that you are able to help families in crisis like this, or just coping in general. If there's been a bullying issue at school, maybe Vitality can help undo the harm that social media has done, because we all know that that has a deep impact, lasting impact on some children. And it's good to know that we have this resource available in our community. So, Marianne, the best way for anyone listening to access anything we've talked about today, whether they need help filling out paperwork, they want to know if they have a drug or alcohol addiction, or they care maybe about a loved one, a child in their family.
Well, you can come down to our offices. The Vitality Integrated Programs is in the Bluffs, so it's at 215 Bluffs Avenue. It's right above Walmart. That's usually how people find us. And you can set up an appointment. You can come in, get an intake done, do an assessment, and hopefully get some services from us.
And we're in Suites 100 and 200.
That is correct. Suites 100 and 200. And it doesn't matter on your ability to pay. Because we are a certified community behavioral health clinic, we take everybody. Again, does not matter on your ability to pay. We do take insurance, we take Medicaid, Medicare, but we also have a sliding fee scale.
All right, so please do stop in the Bluffs, or, of course, call at 775-777-8477. That's 777-VIPs, and find out about how Vitality Unlimited and these integrated programs for complete behavioral health can help you and your family heal as we go forward in this new year. Marianne and Sarah, thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Thank you.